Hi everybody, I'm here with day 3 of casing through the catalog. For every day in the month of June, we are showing you a card project that is displayed in the 2025 Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog and showing you how to make it. And if you're part of my email list, you will also get the recipe card for each of the projects in the month of June. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Today's card is super quick and easy, but we have a little bit of a dilemma that I'm going to have you help me solve. So I'm going to go to my hands here right away. Let's tuddle up and get this party going. So today's project is using the Encircled with Love stamp set that's at the bottom of page 36. Hi, Laura. Now, it says here that this stamp set coordinates with the 1 7/8 inch circle punch. The problem is that the 1 7/8 inch circle punch is on back order. It hasn't come in yet. So we can use a 1 3/4 inch punch, or we can use a 2-inch circle die or circle punch. And I'm going to let you help me decide which we like the best, okay? So the card that we're casing today is this card right here. It uses the Boho Vibes 6x6 Designer Series paper. It uses the Encircled with Love stamp set, and it uses the new In Color Flat Pearls is what they call them. Okay, so super quick and easy, but we do have a little bit of a dilemma that we need to solve that I hope you can help me solve. Okay, so we're starting out with a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored down the middle at 5 1/2, and we're just going to fold that in half. Okay, and then the Boho Vibes paper is so fun. It's a lot of just retro looking prints and rainbows and boho colors from the 70s. Look at that one, right? It just takes me back to my youth in so many different ways. I pulled out a piece that when you cut it in half, you get one piece that looks like that and one piece, so they really kind of goes like this, okay? But I cut it in half, and we've cut this piece into 3 inches by 4 1/4. I'm pretty sure 3 by 4 1/4. Right now, I'm choosing to put this DSP. I don't know if they just popped it up right here on top of the card, but it feels kind of flimsy to me. Okay, so I'm going to put it on a backing of basic white here. So I'm going to add some adhesive to my, let me see if I can find my Seal Plus from earlier today. Here we are. I'm going to put some Seal Plus on the back of this, maybe, if it wants to cooperate with me here. There we go. There we go. Sometimes you just have to encourage it a little. And I'm just going to adhere that right to this basic white. That just gives it a little bit of a firmer foundation, right? A little bit easier to pop it up here on the card front. So I'm going to pop this up using some dimensionals. And since we don't have the 1 7/8 inch punch, we're going to decide, do we like it better with the 1 3/4 inch punch, or do we like it better with the 2-inch stitched dies? Okay, so we're going to decide that together. So I'm just adding dimensionals on the back side here. I hope you guys will take a minute and take 90 minutes maybe and watch the craft along that I did earlier today. I think you will love those cards. I'm having a lot of fun casing through the catalog with my friends. We're all designing cards and sharing them with each other, and it's been a huge fun project together. Okay, so there's my DSP. Now, I stamped on a piece of basic white here one of my circles, but I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to stamp the circle that says Way to Go in Daffodil Delight ink. doing it on a foam mat because it's a photopolymer stamp. There we go. So it says way to go. But this time, here's the one that I punched out with the 1 3/4 inch circle, since we don't have the 1 7/8. And now for this one, I am going to take my stitched circle die and I'm going to run it through. So this one's going to be a little bigger than 1 7/8, and the 1 3/4 is a little smaller than 1 7/8. We're going to decide what alternative we like the best. I think I know what I'm going to like, but I'll be interested to see what you guys like. Okay, so here we go, running it through. All right, so here's the 2 inch die. Okay, so either one will work. We can put this one right here. That's the 2 inch circle, stitched circle die. Or this is the 1 3/4. And with the 1 3/4, you don't get the white edge around it, which maybe you like. But with this one, you get the white edge around it. Which one do you think you like the best? Now, if it were 1 7/8, we'd still have a white edge around it. It would just be smaller. I'm thinking, nobody's answering me, so I'm just going to decide. Anybody out there have an opinion? That's the 2 inch stitch circle. This is the 1 3/4 inch punch. No thoughts. Okay, I'm going to go with the white edge. I like the white edge on it. I think it kind of gives a nice contrast to the... See, me and you, Kim, we're on the same wavelength there. So we're going to pop this up right here. Okay, I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of this. I agree. I think it needs a little bit of a white edge. Even if this one is a little more than what we really want, I think it looks better than the yellow just kind of blending in with the yellow on that designer series paper right there. Okay, so there we go. Now, they recommended that we add the In Color flat pearls, and they recommended that we add them in the cloud cover. So let me grab my paper snips here. I'm going to pick these up, and I'm actually going to use quite a few on this, I think. Probably 5. There we go. Okay, that is it for the card today. Now, hi, Jen. If it were me and I were making this card, I would probably add some ribbon, right? We were trying to decide, Jen, whether we should go with the 1 3/4 inch punch or the 2 inch stitch shape, because the recipe calls for the 1 7/8 inch punch, which isn't available right now. So we settled in on the 2 inch stitch shape. We kind of like the white edge around that. Now, one more thing I would do to the inside of this card is I think that I would stamp it one more time on the inside here with that same circle. They don't show us the inside, so we're taking some liberties here, right? Some creative liberty. So I'm going to just stamp it right here. Like that. And then I'm grabbing a piece of that DSP and just running it right through the middle. So it kind of looks like a sunshine shining. Do you guys like that? I think that's fun. Got my Seal Plus is acting weird here. Okay, there we go. So I'm just covering up those words. I like the retro feel of this paper. And if you don't, you probably didn't grow up in the 70s. This is such a 70s vibe here. It's so fun. There we go. So how do you like that inside that I just kind of came up with on the fly there? Isn't that fun? Okay, so here is our case card for day number 3. I hope you guys love this sweet and little project. How simple is this? And how simple just to take any of our DSPs, and you could use a colored card base. Honestly, if I were doing this card for myself, I would probably put it on a Night of Navy or cloud cover card base. Do the same thing I did here, but maybe add a little bit of ribbon behind that circle, you know. But there's a lot of people out there that need to know how to make simple cards, and this is one of them. So hope you enjoy day number 3. And if you want the recipe cards, remember you have to be a part of my email list. So click that link in the description after this video is over, and you can be a part of that email list and not only get all the recipe cards, but all the information on everything else going on in my Tuttle Up stamping world every week. So God bless. Bye-bye.